welcome to the Erin Burd Show live. I am so excited for today because, y'all, I've been having this conversation, I feel like, over and over and over again with so many business owners. And I thought we need to bring this conversation here to the show so we can have an even bigger community conversation about this particular topic. And here is what it is. I see so many of us trying to grow, trying to even just get back from, all the craziness that has happened, us trying to move forward and grow. But because of circumstances, I see that so many business owners are struggling with the same thing. And my guest today, Paula Allen, you guys, if you've been around for a while, you know she is part of our organization, but she is her own business owner and she has many, many years of experience. And because she sees so many different types of businesses, she's really good at taking a step back and looking objectively and seeing what the similarities are across the board. And no matter whether you have a dance studio, you own a psychiatry practice, you have a food blog, you're an author, there are similarities that happen when we are in business. And when it comes to making these big mistakes that hold you back from actually achieving your goals and your dreams when you're trying to grow your business. And so I'm so excited for her to come on today for us to have this candid conversation, y'all, about really what it is that we let stand in our way when it comes to growing our business. And so if you're joining us live, say, hey, Erin, what's up? Let me know in the comments if you are here live. If not, and you are coming back in on the replay, that's okay as well. We love to see who is joining us. So if you come in on the replay, I want you to just drop a comment, #replay, and let us know that you are coming in. So let us know where you're at in the world. We were just having this chat and I am in California, and Miss Paula, she is in Nashville. So we were chatting a little bit before it came live about the weather and how it's so different. But so let us know in the comments. Let us know in the comments if you're here live with us or if you are coming in on the replay. We want to know, and where you're coming from. So drop it in the comments, either live, here's where I'm from, or #replay, and here's where I'm from. So y'all, without further ado, I want to bring in Miss Paula Allen because y'all, this conversation, it is time for us to have this conversation. Hey!
Hey, good morning.
Good morning or afternoon, depending on where in the world everyone is.
Yeah, it's still morning here.
It's still morning for you.
Almost.
I know. Oh my goodness, as well. I'm super excited because these conversations really actually kind of fire me up because I am so passionate about, especially women business owners, but business owners really standing in their worth and their power and moving forward and growing their businesses, but to create their own unique vision of success. And so I'm so passionate about. So these topics, they get me kind of fired up because I get kind of fired up because I think it's so important that we like peel back the layers of the onion and what is happening and why so many of us kind of maybe sometimes get in our own way when it comes to growing. But before we dive into that, Paul, I want you to be able to introduce yourself, let everybody know about you, why I have you as part of our team, because I absolutely love everything that you bring to the table. And so I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to you. And then that way you can introduce yourself and we will get this party started.
Nice. Thank you, Erin. Good morning, everyone. From Nashville. I am actually a recent transplant into Nashville. I came from California. I am an online business manager and I run a virtual assistant agency. I've been in this business for almost 20 years now. I love it. I love the support. I love the conversations that happen around being an online business manager, running the back ends of your companies, seeing what needs to happen and all of that stuff. So those are my favorite things. And yeah, So
I love
I
it.
love these kind of conversations. So when you invited me, I was like, yes, let's talk.
Yes, I know. We talk about this a lot, the two of us. But I can tell you that I've actually been having, it feels like this conversation with lots of different people, because I think a lot of people are feeling a little funky. I feel like they're feeling, and just in life, whether it's we're business owners, we're moms, we're all the different things. And right now, this time of our lives feel a little funky. They really still do. And so I think that that plays into part of this. But what I am hearing is that, if you are a studio owner or a business owner, we are looking to grow. And I'm hearing things like, but I don't understand right now. Like everything is, we're supposed to be gearing back up. We're supposed to be moving forward. We're supposed to be doing, and I feel like I'm getting stuck, right? And in my growth. And so, from your perspective, what do you feel like is like that biggest mistake that you're seeing maybe across the board that people are making when it comes to growing their businesses?
I think what I see is that you tend to do it all and no one does all well. And so when a business owner goes in and they start doing everything, especially in this last year when we're at home anyway, and we're like, oh, I'll just do it all. And, and they're cutting budgets and things. They don't really have the help, or, they don't have a front office that wasn't open. We were all online. It looked a lot different. And so as we're opening back up, we need to start thinking about what's on my plate that I should not have on my plate, because I can tell you that, the person that can do all your data entry should not be you. I mean, I can tell you that that probably is not you that needs to do your data entry, right? And things like that. We need to find the people who do that best. They're going to do it in a quarter of the time. You're not going to have to do it. You have your own activities you need to do in your business.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. I think that's such a great nugget that we could all take away, because here's the thing. Yes. And I could say this because I love this industry and I've been in it, my whole life, is that yes, are we good at a lot of things? We are. Can we figure out most things? We can.
Yeah.
We adapt and overcome like nobody's business. Right? We really do.
Right.
But should we do it all ourselves? No.
No.
And why I mean, here's the thing. I think that it's so important for us to talk about is the why we shouldn't do it ourselves, right? And this is exactly why I have Paul as part of our team, because yes, you guys always say I'm not techie, I'm not techie. And the truth is, I get by just fine. I probably could figure it all out myself. Probably could, right?
Yeah.
But I don't want to. I don't want to. Number one, I know that my time is so much better spent on other things, right? And so do you see that happening, Paula, where people
Yeah,
are
I see that people try to do it without asking. Like, you're really good about saying, "Hey, I'm thinking of this. What have you seen?" Because I see it in the industry, and I can say, "Oh, here's what worked over here. Let's try it here." Right?
Mhm.
So I do this for a living. I know what it is, right? So if it's your bookkeeper, they do books for a living. They know what it is. They don't need, you don't have to figure it out. You don't have to make those decisions as much, right?
Right,
You just have to
absolutely.
ask the questions. It's
Right.
always nice to have someone.
Yes. Okay. So that's the thing, I try to always kind of bring it back in the fact that people come to us, whether it's you as your studio owner, whether it's you as a virtual assistant or online business manager, it's me as a business coach. You go to people because you want them to help you get to A to B quicker, right? Faster. And because they're the expert, right? It's like for so many of us, in our industry, we joke, we're like, oh, the kid comes to the studio for the first time and they're like, oh, how old are they? And they're like, oh, they're 3, but they're really advanced. Right? They're really advanced. They don't need to be in the 3-year-old class. They need to be in the 10-year-old class because I've been teaching them at home. And you're like, okay, right? So we laugh about that a little bit here in our industry and, how advanced kids are. But because
Better
they've been
catch
taught at
kids
home by
advance.
mom or whatever. But the truth is, they're bringing their child to your studio for an experience, and because you guys are the expert, it's the same thing, y'all. If you are not the expert in building a website, stop it. Don't do it. You don't need to do it. Trying to save money, really, in the long run, is costing you money. And I think that we've all, at some point or other in our life, we've all been guilty of this. I know I have, thinking that, oh my goodness, well, yeah, I could pay somebody to do that, but I can figure it out and do it myself. And I don't want to spend the money because, money's tight and we're just starting, or whatever the reason might be. But the truth of the matter is, it might take me 40 hours to build a website that looks okay. Or I could hire somebody else to do it who does it in what, Paula? I don't know.
10 maybe. Yeah.
10 hours,
Yeah,
right?
a quarter of the time probably, yeah.
Right, exactly. And so because of that, you guys, you are losing and wasting money when you could be investing that 40 hours that you're trying to build this website. You could be doing stuff that actually is going to be generating revenue inside your business.
You could make the money to pay your web designer while you're having it built, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think it's so hard because we all struggle. We all have a story with money. We do. I mean, I don't care who you are and how much of it you have or don't have. We all have a story with money. And so a lot of times our idea is, we have to, hold on to either what we have, because if not, we're not going to have any money. But we have the ability to make money. Is just energy, right? And so, but we have to be smart about what we spend our time doing, right? Do you find some of your using their time in silly ways? Am I included? No, it's fine.
Yes, and no. Usually at first, that's why people hire help, right? Because they finally are want to stop doing that. They finally want to stop, spinning all the plates and being all the people. Because the other thing is, you suffer from decision fatigue when you're doing it all yourself and trying to, and you get tired, and then you don't go out and make sales because you're like, that gets pushed away. And so, yeah, at first it's like, when we're all brand new business owners, we all try to do it ourselves, right? And it's just, okay, at some point in time, you've just got to go, okay, you know what, this is not going to work for me. Let's move it on and let's get this automated. The automations and things like that save so much time. How much are you doing on a piece of paper and a spreadsheet, right? It's like that stuff, and things fall through the cracks when that happens. And that's the last thing we need as business owners, is to have a lead fall through the cracks and you never go back to them, right? We've all done that as well.
Absolutely. And I think that the key really is, yes, so obviously we need systems in place and getting those together. And I know that can feel overwhelming, but that's where you come in and get support. And it doesn't have to be overwhelming. That's really the truth of the matter. It doesn't have to be overwhelming. Here, I'm going to give you guys a little tip that Paula taught me. I hope that you guys don't mind. But for us, when we were creating our systems, I felt like it was going to be this really daunting task. Like, who's got time to sit down and write out this whole process? And like, that's just going to me at the time, it felt like, no way. I don't have time for that. And so Paul said, Erin.
And most creators aren't writers either. They don't want to sit down.
Right. And so
I'll dance it out.
Exactly. I'm like, let me do an interpretive dance and I will tell you how to do it. No. Through interpretive dance. But the truth is, what she taught me made my life so much easier. And so I want to share it with you guys, is that when it comes to systems, just record yourself doing that system while you're doing it, right? So if the system is, how do I do accounts receivable? Well, as you're walking through the system and you're doing it anyway, just record yourself, and then you can transcribe it, and you have a video of it, and you can do all the things. And now you have a beautiful, system that you've set up that you can hand over to a staff member, to a VA, to somebody else who can then manage that for you. But they can't manage it for you if there's no system, right? And once she was like, just record yourself, I was like, my mind was blown.
Just log into Zoom and hit record. You can do it by yourself.
Right. I know. Exactly. And we all know the Zoom now, right? And actually, it's funny because we have been using Zoom for so long before all of this happened. But it is true. So I hope that's a little nugget and a takeaway for y'all is if you are thinking about, oh my gosh, I need to get my systems together, have an SOP. That was a game changer for me, just being able to record it and then transcribe it. I'm like, oh my gosh, so easy. It's not this daunting task. So hopefully some of you could take that and implement it and start getting some systems together to help you grow your business. So, okay, Miss Paul, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, every time we use the word SOP, it's standards of procedure. It's a basic business term that's like, is the step-by-step guide, so that I always call it my if I die file, right? My SOP file. Someone else can look at that piece of paper and do what needs to be done. Look at that document, look at that video, because we always put the video with it because some people are video driven, right? And so, and just put all that together.
Yes. Hey, Michelle. I'm so glad to see you. I'm so glad to see you. So yeah, I totally agree with you. And one of the other things that I think we fail sometimes as business owners to do is really take a step back and look at when we're wanting to grow, we have to invest at the level of our vision. And what I mean by that is whether, investing in hiring someone, hiring someone to take over those tasks that are not CEO level tasks, right? It might feel scary, right? But for us to reach our unique vision of what success looks like to us, we have to invest. And if you're trying to DIY it all the time, if you're trying to, or you're looking for the cheapest person to do XYZ, your investment is not in alignment with your vision, unless your vision is to scrape by. I don't know. Is that a truth bomb? Hashtag truth bomb, right? You have to invest in the level of your vision. And so do you see that, Paula, where people?
Yeah. And I also find that when you're DIYing it, sometimes you have 10 different systems that you think, oh, that one only costs $10 a month. Oh, that one's free. Oh, this one's this. This one's $5 a month. This one's this. And if you can get it all together and working together, sometimes it costs you the same amount of money in your systems, right? But you don't know what you don't know. You don't know all the stuff out there, right? Or what might work and what goes together and all of that. And so just having someone to overlook, especially at this time of year when you're looking into 2022 and for planning and things like that, it's like, what is your strategy going to be? What do you want to put together that just is a little bit daunting right now? Because there's a lot of different, you have to make this one talk to this one to do this, and all of that stuff. And you don't know how to do all of that. It gets daunting. And so then you shut down and you go back to your paper and pen, right? And so, yeah.
Right.
So, yeah.
I've been there. I mean, sometimes it's
we all start somewhere.
And absolutely. But I think I was aware enough to know that this isn't the way that we need to continue on, right? And so,
because as you grow, it doesn't help you. You can't grow and scale at that level. And so you have to plan for the growth and scale as before you grow and scale, literally. I mean, you have to build into that. So you build into that someone who can coach you along the way. You build into that, some systems that can get done, and a team and things like that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think that right now, is such a great time. I mean, anytime is a great time to evaluate what's going on inside your business and your personal life. But as we are moving forward and looking at, a new year on the horizon, we really should take a moment and pause and say, yeah, what worked for me in this year and what did not work for me?
Right.
What did not work, and like what can we do to make sure that we fix it moving
Mm-hmm.
forward?
Yeah, definitely. Especially as we get back to quote unquote whatever normal looks like, right? But you can also look at what was not working before we went into COVID and went into lockdown. You can look at that and say, wow, those systems weren't working before. We did whatever we did during the lockdown part, but now it's like, let's get real good systems in place, and let's get real planning in place, and let's get real strategy for our growth in place.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I have to agree. I think that we have to make a plan. We have to have a plan, and we have to have, it's like we don't go on vacation and don't know how to get there. Right? Like it's not like I'm gonna go here, but I'm just gonna, wing
Show
it.
up at the airport, maybe, or maybe I'll take a train, or
Maybe
maybe.
I'll take a train, or maybe I mean, I don't know. Right? So like we have to know our destination. And so that means we have to do a little planning, and planning can be fun. It doesn't have to be daunting. I know some of us are very free spirited in our industry, and so you might feel some resistance to planning. But I promise you that having a little planning in your life is not a bad thing, and you can have fun doing it. It could actually be fun.
And it leaves room for more of that free spiritedness, because you don't have to think about what you're going to do tomorrow, because you already know, right?
Yes, yes, yes. And I feel like it's your compass, like to your North Star. It keeps you in alignment, right? And as free-spirited creatives, sometimes we we get so I call it like disco ball syndrome, right? We're like, oh, that's sparkly and fun and new and whatever. And it like derails us, squirrel, it, it derails us from what our big vision really was or is. And although it's fun and it's creative and it feels good, it pulls us away from really those big things that we really want to do and need to do. And
Yeah,
so
got to put the business owner, big girl hat on, big boy hat on, right? And do the work.
yes, and do the work. Do the work, y'all. Let me know in the comments. I want to know. I want to know. Um, let's be honest. Do you ever get disco ball syndrome?
You do.
I do. I still do. You guys, I get so excited. I'm like, ooh, I've got this idea, and I get so fired up about it. And then the team is like, okay, that's great. We're going to put that in planning for here because, Erin, we have to focus on this, which is so important,
I had a hard time getting my work done yesterday because I was looking at Dollywood for Christmas. That was my disco ball yesterday.
Right? I know, right? And so we all get distracted by certain things. So let me know in the comments what is your disco ball? What pulls you away? Is it when the costume catalogs come out and those are super fun? Is it, oh my goodness gracious? I had someone the other day telling me, yeah, but it's Nutcracker, and so I want to like change our Mother Ginger skirt costume and skirt. And I'm like, awesome, but changing that, you have one, right? And it's okay, it's not torn, it's not whatever. No, it's fine. So why are you doing another one? Right? Like doing another one is not making you more money.
I think what happens is we get so kind of bored, quote unquote, with our business, we forget that other people don't know. It's new to them. Right? It's like they don't know if it was the same thing you were doing 5 years ago. They have no clue that, and it doesn't matter, right?
It doesn't matter.
Even if their kid was in every single one of them, they can't wait to be in that costume.
Right. Right. Yeah, so it doesn't matter,
Right.
and so I think that, that's something to be said too about, yes, in our businesses, it's like, "Oh, we're so bored with the mundane tasks or whatever," and we also have a tendency of like, "But we have to do this one better." We have to like up it. We have to like the mother ginger skirt. Let's just use that example. Like we have to make it bigger and sparklier, and we have to do all the thing. And really, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter, right? It's not changing your ticket sales. It's not changing, anything other than the fact that you think it needs to be changed,
Right.
right? Because you're tired of seeing it for the last 5 years.
Right.
So we having a plan. My point is having a plan and what you're going to do in your year, or in your quarter or whatever. It helps keep you focused and aligned so you can actually grow your business and not get in your own way. Because so many times, like you said, we get bored. And so we just like create these jobs for us to do because we're bored and we think that it needs to be done.
Right. Well, and is it really making a difference, right? I mean, there are things that you do need to change. There are things that need to happen, I mean, if those, the 3-year-olds can only do that one song, that one costume every year for so many years, and you're going, oh, something's got to stop, right?
Right.
And
Absolutely.
whatever. But there are things, but it's like make a plan for when that changes and what that looks like. And so you're
Mhm.
not looking at it the week before the show going, we needed to change those. Let's do that real quick. Let's see if we can get those on rush order. Let's do this, or something
Right.
like that.
Right.
Where, so it's just making the plan. Because if you know that your plan and strategy, it actually gives you more space to go, oh my gosh, in July, when we're not doing anything, I'm going to change out that costume for Christmas.
Well, and thank you
Right.
for saying that because I was going to ask you, do you have any just like tips or tricks to help everyone who's watching, um, really like evaluate what they're doing in their business and or what that big mistake is that they're making that's holding them back? Do you have any tips or tricks? I know I'm kind of putting it.
Actually, in the dance studio industry, what I've seen is that the owner, the director, whatever, has all the dates of when things need to happen in their heads. So, like, if you're planning for recital, your staff is standing around waiting, going, "What do we do next? What do we do next? Why don't we know that in March this is what needs to be done for recital in May or June or whatever,
Mm,
whenever that is?" And so I know a little bit about the dance industry. My daughter was a competition dancer all those years, and so I've been in the industry a bit. And so just having that, like in February, we need to start getting ready. Here's what that looks like. So then you can start thinking about that. And so it's not just in your head. So you're not thinking, oh my gosh, I've got to get that newsletter out. I've got to invite, I got to get tickets. I got to get the t-shirts ordered. I've got to get the flowers ordered. I need to make sure everyone has shoes. I need whatever, that costumes, all of that stuff. If okay, so we order in February for the costumes for recital. Okay, we do this in March. We do this in April. And honestly, you guys have a great industry because your calendar doesn't change.
not
It's like
really.
every year you're doing the same things at the same times. I mean, it may change by a few weeks depending on when Easter is, when competitions are, things like that.
Right.
But it doesn't change. I mean, for the most part. I mean, this last year has probably been the biggest change you've ever had in your life, and you can go right back to what you're doing before. Right?
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
that's yeah, and I think that's the thing, guys, we don't need to reinvent the wheel,
Right.
right? And like if you find that something works in February, keep it in February. We don't need to try in January just because, right? I mean, but here's the other thing that I really hope that you guys lean in and listen to is that you get to decide. You get to decide what your calendar looks like. It
Right.
is up to you. It is your business, right? And I think sometimes we forget that. We think, "Oh, no, this is, we have to do it this way because." But the truth of the matter is that um, your business is your unique vision. And if your unique vision is we're going to just close down all summer because I want to be home with my kiddos, guess what? You don't have to have summer camps and classes. You don't. Just because everybody else is doesn't mean that you have to.
And that comes to another thing is you have to track your data and stats. Is it worth it doing those? Right? Are those kids actually paying for fall classes after they come through your summer camps? Is that making you enough money to pay that teacher and those people to be there during the summer? To turn on the air conditioner, to open the lights, to open the doors, turn on the lights, do all that stuff. Is it worth it?
Right.
$25 a head for summer camp is probably not going to be worth it. Right?
No.
So what is worth it?
Right. Right. And so I love that you mentioned that, because we do have to track data, analyze data. They're just numbers, y'all. They're just numbers. And
it just gives you a option of making a choice of what you want to do and what you don't want to do.
right. You can make an educated decision.
Yeah.
Really is what it boils down to. We can't make an educated decision if we're only basing our decision making off of feelings and not facts.
Right. Yes.
Guys, facts, not feelings. Okay. Facts, not feelings, right? Now, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. We are heart-centered. We are passionate. We love what we do, but we have to use facts as the baseline for our decision making, not the feelings, right? Feelings are important. I don't want to make it sound like feelings aren't important, y'all, but we have to make educated decisions when we're business owners, and that comes from facts, from tracking data, from seeing what worked, what didn't work, analyzing it, and knowing, okay, well, does this make sense for me and for my business? Yes. Okay. All right. So thank you for those little tips. I absolutely love them and adore them. And
thanks for inviting me.
So
much fun. I'm usually behind the scenes of your show. I got to come in the front of the camera today.
I know. Yes. So first of all, she helps run all of the back end side of our Erin Burd shows. Her and her team, they take them and they do all of their magic and make sure everyone gets the show notes. So if you want the show notes from today, just drop in the comment below #show notes, and they take care of the magic and make sure that those show notes are there for you guys. So, if you come in on the replay as well, #show notes, and you can get a whole transcription of today and have those in print form for you as well. I want to say thank you so much, Miss Paula. I'm going to go ahead and let you go because she's got work.
Because I have work to do.
Because I have a list for her to do.
And it's cold in Nashville. I'm going to go find
my goodness. Really? Oh my goodness. I'm waiting. I mean, right now we're having the fall colors. We're starting to change a little bit.
We've changed a lot in the last week. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Really pretty. I'll send you some pictures.
Okay. And then the fog is rolling in for us now. So we are starting to have a little bit of a change. It won't be too long though, because it doesn't last for very long here. So we will be moving into the cold, frost, and fog very soon. But as always, thank you so much, Miss Paula, for coming on and sharing and having this candid conversation with us about where you're seeing people kind of make those big mistakes, and having them standing in their own way, because really at the end of the day, we have we stand in our own way and we get stuck, and sometimes it's hard for us to see, but it's really easy for others to see, right? When you have someone who's not inside of your bubble, right? And you have someone who has that outsider's perspective.
Yeah, and your clients that come through your door, your parents and stuff, can feel that. They know what's going on. I mean, they can feel what's going on in your studio. Right?
Absolutely. Oh, that's a whole nother conversation that we can have for another day. But yes, absolutely. Thank you so much, you guys. Have
a great day.
Some love. Yay! Thank you so much, and I will see you very soon. All right, friends. I am going to go ahead and let you guys know before I leave you that next week, y'all. Oh my goodness gracious, we have Miss Erin Pride. Well, Pompa, she got married, so she's changing her last name from Dance Dance Boss podcast. And so we're going to be chatting with her. I'm super excited to have her on next week as well. Same time, same place. So 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern on Wednesdays. I will be having a chat with her, and I hope that you guys can join us there. And, after having this conversation today, I really wanted to take a moment and let you know that I'm here to support you. And so if you are looking ahead and you're like, I need some support, I need to fix the things that were broken, I need for us to move forward, then I would love to chat with you and sit down, and we can have a strategy call, and we can really hone in on a plan to really propel you forward and make sure that you are moving in alignment with your goals. Because I am passionate and I get fired up about us all taking those steps, the strategic steps that we need to actually reach our goals. And so today I wanted to invite you guys, if you are interested and you are looking for support, I would love to chat with you and see what that looks like and what might be the best next steps for you in your particular situation, because everybody's in a different place, and I am not into cookie cutter ideas here. I am into looking at what's going on for you in your personal life, in your business life, and finding the solutions that work for you to propel you to your goals quickly and efficiently and get you from A to B as fast as possible. And so I wanted to just make sure that you guys know that I'm here, because that's what I do. I support studio owners just like you in growing their businesses and creating their dream lives, because I do believe that you can have it all. And so I hope to see each and every one of you next week on the Erin Burd Show live, because I will have Miss Erin here, Dance Boss, and we are going to be chatting y'all about growth a little bit more, because as I'm moving in, as we're chugging along and moving into the end of the year, I think it's something that we need to just really continue to dive deeply into. And so let me know in the comments, are you ready to grow? Is the time now? Because I think the time is now. Why put off today? Or why put off till tomorrow what you can do today? That's my motto. So I'm going to leave y'all there. Have a fantastic day, y'all. Let me know. Hashtag replay, hashtag show notes, hashtag nugget, right? Let me know your thoughts and comments, and so we can continue the conversation. Bye, friends.